Here come Mahojhase. He has a passion for theatre, paleontology, and automobiles. He has also developed a keen interest in cooking and canoe. He is a quick learner and committed to his duty. He loves coffee and also prefers to explore different places around the world to tantalize his palates. His idol is Dr. Alan Grant.
4 years ago, after a long day at school, a very exhausting one, I was on my way home thinking about an assignment that my teacher gave me. It was a project on talking about a tree frog. Now, since this was a science topic, it meant I had to do research. And as a person who loves to research about many things, I was determined to make something that not even William Shakespeare could create. I was very excited. So once I got home, I threw my bag to the side, I rushed to the bathroom, I got myself refreshed, I took my pen and my notebook, switched on my laptop, sat in my seat, and I was ready to rock and roll. A few hours passed, and suddenly a notification popped up on my phone. What was it? I was curious, so I checked it out. It was a notification from YouTube, a new documentary on snakes. Now that's something I can't resist. And so I thought, 40 minutes won't hurt, right? I mean, I have 4 hours of preparation. So I started to watch. But little did I know that those 40 minutes would actually turn to 4 hours. Suddenly, my phone battery died. Biggest betrayal in the history of universe. I threw my phone aside and just lie down in bed, thinking about life. And suddenly, horror grew in my face. Shiver ran down my spine. And I looked to my right and I saw my notes were incomplete and my laptop was turned on with a website on it saying how to get free Roblox on 2021. No scam, 100% legit. Now, I was thinking, how do I tell my teacher that I actually do my assignment? I can't say I was wasting time. That's not the correct word. So I said, I was planning to say that I was procrastinating. Now, procrastination or procrastinating is not a spell from Hogwarts, nor is it a word I made. It just has a simple definition to it. It just means to delay a task for a very unnecessary reason, despite knowing the consequences that we will face. But that doesn't make sense at all. I mean, who would want to skip their project knowing they'll be sent to the principal's office, or be sitting in a corner at home and getting a lecture from your mother for 3 hours? It's horrifying. And so there is one simple reason to why we procrastinate. It's like an alien invasion. You have the mother alien, which is the entire reason why an invasion happened. Then you have the minions. So now let's take the mother alien a visit. Let's say we have a brain family living in my head. Now, in the brain family, we have 2 offsprings, or we could say sons. We have the limbic system, the youngest of them all. Immature, naughty, and known as the emotional and the now brain. Next we have is the cortex, which is the mature and eldest one. It is known for the later brain. Now, what does the limbic system do? It's known for showing emotions for humans. And the cortex is about thinking for the future and planning. Now, like every other sibling in the entire world, these two have a conflict with each other. And every single time, almost 90%, the limbic system always wins. But why is that? It's not because the limbic system is stronger or has more muscles. It's because of one key factor, or two. One is how they activate and how they send the signal. You see, the limbic system is like an automatic car. You just shift it to drive and you push the pedal and you're cruising down the road. But the cortex is like a manual car. You have to learn how to shift the gear, you have to learn how to push the brakes, use the clutch. And so that technically means the cortex needs much more effort to activate. It's like a grumpy old dad after eating an entire buffet is now sleeping on the couch. And the limbic system is like a kid who just ate an entire supply of chocolate and now is on a sugar rush. Now, what is the purpose of the limbic system? What does it actually do once it takes over our body? It wants pleasure, instant relief. Our body does not like having pressure or pain. It just wants to have pleasure. And so for that reason, once the limbic system takes over, we find some sort of way to have some sort of way to pleasure ourselves, such as scrolling through Instagram, or playing with your toys, or even going outside for a walk. And that's how we procrastinate. But how do humans feel? What are the emotions that we express when we procrastinate? And why? One factor why we procrastinate is because of how overwhelming a task is, or just how we find it overwhelming. Let's just say I just got back home from school, and I just finished my economics exam. And suddenly, the teacher yells out, "You guys have a summer holiday homework." That sounds frustrating. And you just take a look. They ask you an 8-mark question, which means you have to write 16 lines. Nobody would want to do that, won't they? They find it very overwhelming. So they decide to do something else that is fun. Maybe like playing a video game. That's one reason why we procrastinate. Another reason is fear. Now, 2 years ago, I was given an opportunity to talk about tree frogs. Yes, again. And the problem was that I had to speak in front of the entire class. And the thing is, I have social anxiety. And so I had difficulty speaking. And for that reason, I stepped out and did something else. I was helping do backstage. And because of that, I missed my opportunity to talk. That's one reason why we procrastinate. Another reason is mood swings. Let's just say I just got back home after going out with my mom to buy groceries. And in my routine, it says I have to hit the gym. But I'm not in the mood to do so. I don't have the motivation or the drive to keep me going. And just instead, I sleep on the couch, thinking about my dream of owning maybe a Rolls Royce. That reason is why we procrastinate. But it seems so small. What does it actually do to us? One is a sense of guilt. Imagine I came to school. I haven't done my assignment. And your teacher asks you, "Why haven't you completed it?" It's because I procrastinated. You feel embarrassed in admitting that you did something wrong. Another effect that procrastination gives is overburden of work. Let's just say you admitted just right now that you have procrastinated after not completing your homework assignment. Your teacher is very chilled, so she's like, "You can submit to me tomorrow." You feel joy, but she gives another worksheet on science. Now, what's the problem here? You have now extra work to do. And the more you procrastinate and the more excuses you give, the more work that's going to pile up, like trash bags in a garbage bin. And that's one effect. Another one is something that's very harmful. It harms others. Let's take an example. We have Marcus here, my imaginary friend. He now works as a car engineer with his partner named Carlos. Now, they build hypercars. Yes, cars that go over 300 kilometers per hour. Now, Carlos's boss gives him an assignment with Marcus, and that is to understand aerodynamics and how to use the carbon fiber in the car. Now, Carlos loves cars, so he's determined to do his job, unlike Marcus, who finds it very boring. So instead, he just scrolls through Instagram and looks at cute cat videos. What does that happen? What happens next? Carlos and Marcus's competitors win, and Carlos gets fired. Not only does Marcus get affected as well, but Carlos as well. That's one effect of procrastination. But procrastination seems like a snake. It's so small, but one bite can literally wear you down in under 24 hours. There must be a way that non-procrastinators stop procrastinating. It must be a spell that they use. But there are very simple ways to solve it. I have come up with 3 rules. Number 1 is called the 3-second rule. Let's just say I just lie down in bed, exhausted, but I have to finish my homework. So what I do is I count to 3 seconds. It's like a timer to a ticking bomb. Before those 3 seconds are up, I have to get up, put my butt in the seat, and start writing. That's the 3-second rule. Number 2 rule is the most effective in my opinion. It is to write down all your distractions. Writing down all your distractions, you can identify what to do to prevent them from happening again. This can also be really helpful, and a lot of people have used it, and it actually works. Although it can be difficult in a very earlier stage, the more you do it, the more easier it becomes. This last one is my personal favorite. It relates to real life. It's called taking a step. Usually, when we climb up the stairs, we don't take 5 steps and then walk. That's impossible. You don't want to turn into a twisted action figure when you fall. You take each step one at a time. That's what I like to do. Let's give an example. Now, my dad has hired me to become a writer for his story. Now, writing 20 pages seems frustrating. No one would want to do that on their first day, would they? Here's what I want to do. I would write 1 line and then write another line maybe every hour or day. Now, as I write those lines, my 1 page will be completed and your work will be easier. But that seems time consuming, doesn't it? There is another thing that you have to follow. Every week or every day that passes, you have to increase the number of lines you write. But at the end, won't that seem frustrating? That's the thing. Our brain gets tricked in that 1 week. When we write that 1 line, our brain gets tricked and we think of it as a daily routine. And we finish it at light speed like Usain Bolt. So we don't really mind. And the week 2, it just feels like writing a 1 line, but you're actually writing 2 lines. And it goes on and on and on until you can finish even a 50-page story just under 5 days. Procrastination seems scary. I mean, a small thing that can ruin your life, it's something horrifying. But a small changes to your routine and small changes to your life could really make a big difference. Thank you.